my dear Virgo, this is a love reading, our prediction for the month of April with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. And I'm reading in the order of the signs that show the channel Most Love in March love readings by liking, commenting, subscribing, becoming members and watching the ads. So thank you, Virgo. And if you want to help out the channel without watching ads, you can become an extended member to my channel and get these readings ahead of time and ads free. And news is that I'm now doing spiritual growth readings for all the members to my channel and personal readings for the full members. Subscribe and then check this out to the join button or follow the link in the description box to learn more. And this will be a love reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. And the reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this side is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. And I usually read for the empath side of the story within this dynamic. But also remember that the other person holds up a mirror to your shadow. So use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. I can also recommend that you watch the previous love reading for March because that is the energy right now and this will be the prediction for April. I will start shuffling your cards and I use the Golden Universal Tarot with Roberto De Angelis. Okay. So when I open your deck here, I see the Six of Coins in reversed with the Queen of Wands in the upright position. So here I feel the bitter aftertaste of have given too much to people. Sometimes when we give too much to people, we might overwhelm them and then we ourselves get bitter when the person doesn't give back what we have offered them. We want an equal give and take, but we need to kind of wait in the other person and see how much they are willing to give and offer up to the relationship. We can't just give everything and then expect the other person to do the same. Maybe they are not that into us, frankly. Okay, so I call the divine with love and light, and here we have the Wheel of Fortune with the Queen of Wands in the reversed. So you have been in this cycle before. It's a repetitive cycle of overgiving and then becoming angry and resentful and maybe having a lack of energy when you have overspent or over given to certain people. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And here we see the Nine of Wands in the reversed with the Queen of Wands here. So the Nine of Wands, I feel, is the other person. And they have also become resentful, but more fearful resentful. I don't know exactly why, because I haven't seen their story just yet. I just see your story. But it might be that you're a little bit intimidating now when you are a bit feisty, like this black cat there. Okay, so 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Virgo viewers. 6 of Swords in reverse. So it seems even if you might be on edge with a certain someone in a relationship, you still have a hard time moving away from this situation. Might go for both of you from what I saw. So I want my dear Virgo to have creative success and be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So I'm just going to tune in to you, the person most on your mind and your relationship in April. This is the new bottom of the deck, and we have the Four of Wands. There seems like there's a certain stability to this, the love in the relationship or the bond between people. So even if we get really, really irritated with the other person, there might be love enough to solve this. Okay. So this is the old bottom of the deck, and we have a 7 of Pentacles. So here nothing was really solved, and maybe time was needed to come to a certain place, divine timing to come to a certain place where maybe more solutions are available. This is what's on your mind about the person most on your mind, and this is the situation with said person. This is what's on their mind with you. And here we have your feelings towards them, the bond between you two, their feelings towards you. And this is your behaviors and attitudes. This is the outcome for April, sorry. And this is their behaviors and attitudes. So we start with the situation here, and it's an 8 of Wands in the reverse. We have seen a lot of Wands energy. So because of this bitterness or resentfulness that we have felt towards one another, because probably you didn't know the other person's language of love, and they didn't know your language of love. So you gave them something that you thought that they wanted, or that you wanted at least back in return, and they gave you something or nothing even. Maybe they wanted more freedom, for example. So there has been a lot of misunderstandings, and it might have been also blocked in communication. We saw the 7 of Pentacles also with certain delays going on, but definitely misunderstandings. We have misinterpreted the other person, and they are different from us. They don't have the same wants, needs, and expectations, but sometimes we can believe that they have this, and we give them this. It's almost like giving someone your favorite dish when they really don't like that kind of food at all. So that's a little bit what I'm feeling, and it might have gone both. It probably have gone both ways. So this is what's on your mind about this person. And we have an Ace of Wands. So it's what the Queen of Wands were holding. You might be a little bit dangerous right now. And that I don't mean it in an abusive, aggressive kind of way, but more a little bit righteous, and not the kind of righteous that's overbearing like this. I think that you have come to certain insights that might make you a little bit pissed off, and it might make you take certain actions. I can give you examples. Let's say that you had this big, open, naive eyes when you went into a certain relationship, and you might have fallen in love with someone, for example. And I'm hearing a song. I think it's a punk song. Have you ever fallen in love with someone that you shouldn't have? Basically, okay. So where were I? So you fall in love with this person, and then they say, well, I'm actually married, and I haven't told you because the marriage is over. But then you find yourself in a situation where the person is both cheating on the spouse, which they are married to, and they are also kind of using and abusing you. That kind of situation could make you rather pissed off. So you would, for example, there's a block in communication. Maybe there's a secret to be kept, and that might mean you would go against the untold rules here and not say anything, and actually, thinking of saying something. Maybe I will tell this spouse that their partner is unfaithful, and they also tricked me into this darn third-party relationship. So I'm not saying this is a third-party relationship. I'm just saying, I'm giving you the kind of scenarios where this could happen, where we could be kind of righteously pissed off because the other person have done something that's totally against our own moral values. We would never have done that towards a person. While they might feel like, a little bit adventure on the side is something that's for everyone to enjoy. So we might have really different ways of looking at this. So this is what's on their mind about you. And here we have the Taurus energy in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles with the black horse. So it's a person that's probably feel the danger with your energy right now. We saw the Nine of Wands with them also before. Nine of Wands is a hermit energy. This is also withdrawn energy, like someone watching you on a distance and maybe shivering a little bit, but also trying to put some armor on and, you know, dig themselves down in the ground of stubbornness. And no, I was right. I was entitled to do this, or it was never my fault, or you are wrong. You're totally wrong. So it's something like that, but it's not very aggressive. It's more like they're preparing for maybe protecting themselves against you when you come with what you feel is your righteous accusation here. The Ace of Wands, I'm feeling like spiritual wrath almost, okay? It comes from your soul. It's getting like righteously angry is what I'm feeling, okay? So this is the bond between you two. And it's another card for Taurus. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus, not a Virgo or a Capricorn, since we have Earth here. But you can also be dealing with a fire. We have Sagittarius. We have had Aries as well. And maybe there's also Leo. And here we can see again, we saw the Four of Wands, which is a marriage card, a love card, where we have spiritual bonds together. Here it kind of looks like you have family together. And you might have share like a soul group or something where you are hopelessly tied together. There's no getting away from each other. You actually have to solve this in one way or the other. Or it might be you that's you are married and something has happened within this marriage. Here is your feelings towards this person, and we have a Six of Swords in the reverse. So again, we can see that it's very hard for you to move on from this person, or use your wrath to move on from this person because of the love connection. Six is connected to the Lovers card. 5 here, it's a marriage and tribe card, but it's also all the difficulties in the relationship. Battling, winning over each other, competition, being taken for granted, or being disappointed by another person. And here is the feelings towards you, and the Page of Swords. So I'm thinking they are emphasizing this with freedom, and that they are entitled to do whatever they want. They don't have to follow moral codes and laws from this tribe. So it's probably a little bit maybe a younger energy or an immature energy of a person that's trying to cut the umbilical cord to the past and become their own person. And during that process, we might do a lot of stupid things towards the people that we actually love or that love us. But it's a natural part of the human development. And if we haven't done it when we were actually teenagers, when it's the time when we are supposed to do this kind of revolution. I don't seem to be able to talk right now. This person is about speaking like openly, but maybe they can't form their words or can't tell you exactly what they are feeling or why they are making rebellion. And maybe they don't know themselves because they're sitting on a black horse. So that's unknown feelings. So they feel inside, no, this is not how it is. And I don't have to follow your rules, and those moral codes and rules, that doesn't apply to me because I don't have the same view on this, or I don't have the same view on our relationship as you have. So it's a person trying to win their freedom or getting themselves loose from a situation which has a moral impact on them. So there is a certain pressure from society to behave in a certain way, but the person here is like using their right to burn down, the father's temple and build a temple of their own. So I don't know, maybe this person just don't want to go in their parents' shoes or repeat earlier generations' mistake, or don't want to have the same responsibility or the same burden, like yoke, carrying big burdens, maybe having big families, working tough jobs, paying mortgages, things like this might be a burden to this person. Maybe they want something else out of life, something more light, but then they have this connection to you, or this that they don't seem to honor that well. And here we have your behaviors and attitudes, and we have the 3 of coins. So that's only natural. You don't want to cooperate with this person because frankly they are not cooperating with you, so it's just natural consequences. So I'm not seeing you being super pissed here. It's just you maybe you are not doing what's supposed to be done here. I was talking about maybe you are telling the truth about something, even if in the unwritten laws it says that you are supposed to keep quiet about this. I'm still back to this with unfaithfulness. This still doesn't mean that your partner is unfaithful. Don't paint the devil on the wall. It can be a situation where, for example, a best friend knows that their friend is unfaithful to their partner, but they don't say it to the partner, even though they are also friends with them. So it's this with like different loyalties back and forth that's confusing the situation. But maybe you will break these rules here and not cooperate with these rules, because the other person frankly didn't cooperate with the grander rules, like the overset rules for society. This is how we are supposed to behave, so you don't have to be loyal towards them or their lies or their revolution or their rebellion or whatever it is that they are doing here. And then we have the Strength card in the reverse with their behaviors and attitudes. So I'm getting a person that's screaming a little bit in falsetto and like really telling that they are entitled to behave in a certain way, but even they don't believe in this. So I don't know exactly what's going on. If this person just tries to avoid responsibility in a certain issue where they have done something wrong, and even they know that they were wrong, and still they don't want to accept the burden of responsibility. So this is the outcome for March, and we have the page of wands here. So I think you have kept yourself too good to do childish things in this relationship before. And you might feel like this with breaking these lesser agreements. You know, we had the higher agreements where you just don't do certain things. But then we have the lesser agreements or loyalties or moral values and codes. And that is that you shouldn't tell if you know something that could, for example, break up a relationship, because that is... it's a big responsibility and you don't want everyone to get all upset. But here, if this person is doing, the bigger revolution against the bigger moral codes and values, probably you take the chance to break these lesser codes. And I think this might be good for both of your development. So even on the surface, it looks like this person is acting childish and malicious. And you might react, have a counter reaction with drama and revenge. It's still good for both of your spiritual growth, because in other case you would stay babies on certain areas. And here, when you at least acknowledge to be babies, you can take the first steps to kind of investigate these areas. This person investigate how it is to revolt against rules. And you are also investigating a little bit how it is to revolt against rules, but the lesser rules. You're not making these a little bit shitty things towards people. It's still like morally just, but still I feel this agreement that we shouldn't talk about these things. And this is necessary for both of you to be able to become grown-ups also in this area of life. If we were always told, don't go even close to this, don't even touch this, just don't do anything in these areas, keep yourself out of it. We never grow any expertise in these areas, and we become like children in those areas. And here I see the necessity to to grow in these kind of forbidden areas, and to learn things that you aren't able to learn in any other way than hands-on experience. So I will see what this person on this side would want to tell you, if they dare to tell you the truth. I'm so sorry that I took you for granted, because that's probably what made you pissed off in the first place. So in some way this person took you for granted, and they know it, even if they have excuses, for example, that they thought it was another type of relationship, or they thought that there was a silent agreement, or that you understood, or whatever. But they know, they took you for granted. And what more would they tell you if they dared to tell you the truth? I needed to learn from my own mistakes, and I think this person still needs to learn from their own mistakes. And they also say, I won't give up on us. So that might be something for the future. Right now, they're kind of giving up on you because, frankly, they don't want to take responsibility for have taken you for granted. But in the long run, it might still be some kind of connection between you, even if you now have your back turned against each other. Because we saw the Hierophant energy here, and also the Four of Wands that popped out. So I definitely think that it's love between you two, but it's not something that's going to be displayed here in April, at least. You're still, it's like more brooding up for a battle or an abandonment of each other. That I take my hand off you because you have acted so malicious. So I want to see what you would tell them if you would tell them the truth. For me, money is important, and I feel that this is the bottom thing here. It's not money per se. Money is energy, and as I said in the beginning, you have given a lot of energy to this situation. Maybe showered a person with money even, and this person kind of took it for granted, or thought that this was just something that you did, and they could stand in this shower and being showered with love, presents, money, support, all these things. And it was just, it's natural for you to give of those things, and it was natural for them to receive, they felt. But I think you all along kind of expected a two-way street here. I don't think I ever truly knew you. And that's probably true, because this person doesn't even know themselves. Who am I? I don't know. I'm trying to make revolution here towards what I'm not, and find out if I am those things or something else. So they really don't have a clue who they are. So how can they let you know who they are? I think you probably saw their soul. So you had a window straight into their soul, and you loved that person. But then you got this little brat here going to their teenage years, even if they are really old, and that was a surprise probably. There was a lack of attraction. You might feel that actually that they had a lack of attraction because they took you for granted, but I also feel that you might have the sense right now that you are not so attracted towards this person as you once were. Because I definitely think that you were attracted to this person, and that's why you gave them so much. You gave too much, but this have given like a bitter aftertaste in the situation that we are now in. So, but you feel like you're unable to move on. So it's a little bit tricky there with this lack of attraction. I will come back for you. I wanted to see the outcome, so it's kind of what we saw here with the love connection cards, and you both being kind of like twins here a little bit. So I think this is not the end of the story for you, but it might be due to you being in the same soul group. So basically you're going to have more chances in other lifetimes to fix this, but I won't give up on us. I will come back for you. There might be a continuation to this story. But here we have deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. And it's definitely this person, because they don't even know themselves. So they try different masks and see what works. And they're kind of lost to who they are, because they haven't done a real, teenage revolution. At some point they missed this. and they now have to do it, or they might have done some teenage revolution, but it wasn't enough, and now they are experiencing their midlife crisis or later in life crisis, I don't know. And so there's different layers to this, more and more finding oneself. And while we don't know who we are, we just go around and act, and might even do certain things to manipulate people while staying safe. I'm feeling a person like manipulating the other person to believe that this relationship is something serious, but never giving into it, maybe with words and saying words that's the opposite. And that might have been very confusing for you here, but this was how this person could make you both overgive to them, but also not being responsible for you and the relationship. So clever, but also awful and evil. So and then we have heart-to-heart conversation. So it's very important to be very honest with this person and to talk truthfully. But there's a problem here because you have your back turned, so it's hard to maybe have these conversations right now. But I'm thinking it's something that maybe will come with time, that you will have some kind of closure here, or be able to put the person towards the wall, and maybe they will be more mature to take responsibility. But it won't happen in April, because here the person is not taking responsibility, and you are just not giving to this situation anymore, and even breaking some rules yourself. Sometimes you can't make a person understand your point of view with words. You might have to show them. So for example, if you have told the person 10,000 times, that is not a good behavior. If you do that, it hurts. I know it doesn't hurt in you. It probably feels fun for you, but in me, it hurts. And the person after 10,000 times, they haven't listened. So then it can be a time for you, or you can feel that this is the right time to do the same thing right back at them. So I'm not encouraging anyone taking revenge, but if your soul is encouraging to do so, I'm not standing in your way. So I'm a diplomat, yes. Okay, so this is what their soul wants to tell you. Only time will tell. So their soul says, well, I was sent down in this body. I'm supposed to do this very rough teenage revolution or maturity thingies in this dense energy here, where it might be that this person have had very strict rules in their family, so they need to make this revolution, but maybe unfortunately it's kind of hitting you as well as the people that are supposed to feel the hit. Can sometimes happen if we haven't made teenage revolution towards the people we actually should make revolution towards. We are doing it to the people where it's easier. So we are practicing. And then we have this card here. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. And again, I'm kind of recalling or seeing the picture of you doing the same thing back at them as they did towards you. So if you feel that that's the thing you need to do, that's the thing you need to do. Your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. And so I asked kind of what relationship you have. So you definitely have a soulmate relationship. It doesn't mean that it's rainbow and sunshine. It just means that you have worked many lifetimes on solving certain issues and you haven't given up yet. So you're still doing this. Okay. So, my dear Virgo, I would urge you to watch the reading Their True Thoughts and Feelings in their True Thoughts and Feelings playlist. That will probably tell you more about this story.
Jet planes in the night sky with you.
Today, if you can't get enough of my readings on YouTube, you can now become a member to my channel and get access to premium content videos. There are 3 different levels to choose from. You can become a supportive member and get personal and spiritual growth readings for the collective.
Getting high in the sunrise with you.
The second option is to become an extended member, where you get access to the collective readings from the previous level And you will also be able to see all the channel's astrological tarot readings for all the signs ahead of time and ads free.
Getting through all the bad times with you. I wasn't missing a thing, no I do. And I wish that I could build a time machine.
The third option is to become a full member, where you get access to all the perks from the previous levels. And on top of that, you will get short personal readings from me every week. It is very similar to super chat readings, but here you subscribe instead of paying for super chats.
'Cause time moves on, and now you're gone. Oh, if only I could build a time machine, I'd come and get you.
There is a lot of other perks that's available for all levels, as membership loyalty badges, custom emojis, and other special features.
I'd come and get you. I can't forget you. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you all the time. I wish that.
If you subscribe to my channel, you will be able to see the join button where you can learn more about the membership. You can also follow the link in the description box to check this out. And if you're still not convinced that this is a good option for you, you can become a member just to support my channel and help me keep on doing readings for all the astrological signs. I hope you will join and we will have so much fun together. Thank you for watching this far. I'm sending you all my love and all my gratitude.